Okay. We left off just as the party completed their investigation into Lord C, talking to some other Dragonlines before heading to the house of Cassian Arelis, meeting his Dragonborn butler Alex, then going to meet the man himself. As you all sat down around his table and told him the Crimson Hand plot, you saw he started to get nervous. Then, after talking about a disguise, he tensed up and raised his hands, imploring he was no threat. After taking a deep breath, you all watch the disguise drop and see Cassian Arelis for what he truly is. His peach skin gets more pale, his dark hair and brown eyes go a deep crimson as if stained by blood. His smooth face... the fuck? That's not even a word. His smooth face sinks slightly as his cheeks get more pronounced, but his hands, you see them as they were before. However, attached to the back of both palms is a golden circle with a blood-red gem embedded. Small golden wires trail up his fingers, connected to rings of gold that fall just beneath dark maroon nails that look like claws. Though, on his right hand ring finger, the nail is broken just before the base. His face is one of pain and sorrow as he looks down, not even daring to make eye contact. What do you all do?
Do you want me to?
Well, my reaction is a physical and immediate one, as Archeron kind of like recoils, like gasps in horror, like shock, like scrambles back, falls out of his chair, and like falls back towards the wall, like trying to get as much space from him as possible, like pure shock kind of thing. As he does, there's like. He's like pointing and he's like like trying to avert his gaze. He's deathly pale as he's seen this transformation in front of him. Clearly wasn't it. Like if whatever he was expecting, this wasn't it. As he kind of scrambles back, gasping and like shuddering, this mark on his neck is super pronounced as he's gone very, very pale as the blood is rushing to his central organs, ready for the flight or fight. This mark on his neck is super pronounced, so it doesn't change colour like the rest of his skin. And unusually for Archeron, maybe it's the way the light's fallen, but he's obviously got his like tusks. I think that's the word from like his kind of underbitey tusks. And as he's like gasping and like kind of recoiling, his mouth's open, he has like a mouthful of particularly sharp teeth as well. You probably hadn't noticed that before.
Seeing
like scrambling back.
What sharp teeth you have.
Seeing Archeron's reaction, Maeve like very slightly like eye rolls and then like leans back in her chair and like folds her arms across her chest and just looks Cassian up and down, and then looks to everybody else to kind of gauge if everybody else is going to have as big a reaction, and she's kind of just waiting to see what happens.
Siden's eyes go a little bit wide, but he's trying to put on this stoic persona, and he sort of tenses up with his arms crossed, just to try not giving away.
What are you trying to do? Okay, if you're doing that,
no, I'm not doing anything.
If you're trying to hide your true reaction.
No, it's yeah, okay.
I mean, if you're not, then
I wasn't thinking that he was like scared or anything. He was just like his eyes went a bit wide. But
okay, he's just trying to lessen his
reaction.
So still make me a deception check just to see. But what about you, Drac?
I would probably like stand up because it's a bit of a shock, and first like go for my sword, but then remember, all right, he said he wasn't a threat. So then I start going for my notebook instead.
Okay, and for the two...
I take out Slab on my way down.
No, so you see Slab, he was looking at Cassian very intently, and he was just biting on a custard cream, and then he like bites down, just starts like coughing. And just like falls over like back in his chair, just like what the fuck's happening? And you see Mel just like tilts her head, and for anyone looking at her with a high enough passive insight, she is confused at what just happened, at what the difference is.
I have a 13 inside.
Yeah, she's
I
like,
only have 11, so I don't.
We know she's not. She's a couple of sandwiches short.
she's not the sharpest on the show.
So looking around and seeing everybody react in a certain way, but nobody say anything. Maeve like unfolds her arms, leans forward, and like presses her elbows on the table and rests her like chin on the top of her hands. Do you know that pose? I can't describe it any better than
I
that.
thought you were gonna say something.
The loving gaze.
Kind of.
Sort of like resting your head in your
Is it
palms.
like how a token?
No. So her fingers are intertwined,
Okay.
and
Oh,
she's
yeah.
Bones.
Made
Yeah,
a
I know,
bridge
yeah.
of her fingers, and she's like fluttering her eyelashes at him.
Yeah.
no. She's not flirting her eyelash. She's just like sat for like she's
Like
not
curiously
showing.
looking at him.
Yeah, she's not showing any fear, any disgust, anything like that. She's just, her usual toxic ass self. And she just leans forward and like looks at him and she says, "So the spawn running around the city, do they belong to you?"
You see Cassian take a deep breath, and he sort of like puts his almost like what Maeve's doing, but like puts his head in his hands. It's like looking at the table, and sort of very begrudgingly he says, "Sort of, but."
How can it be sort of?
He sort of like listens and says, "I should prefix this with information. Normally, vampires only create spawn when an entity is killed from their bite. However, it seems like my circumstance is slightly different." And he sort of like sits up slightly and gestures to his hand. "These claws seem to have a mind of their own of sorts. When I'm in danger or under stress, they almost magnetically attract themselves to the target nearby. Not under my control, I will say, but I can't stop them most of the time." And then you sort of see he looks around, is clearly dreading the next words he's about to say. "3 days ago, I needed to..." He like gestures like I had starved myself for a month, but I couldn't hold on much longer. Throughout this time, I've tried animals, blood packs, but nothing else works. Nothing else sustains me. So I found a person, a criminal, and did my best to quickly get it over with. However, I did
he on
not
death
know.
row? Was he set up for capital punishment, or did you just find a random criminal and
The question
became
here
judge,
is-
jury, and executioner?
No, Sidon. The question here is, did you kill the man?
Well, here's the thing. I didn't know there were 2 of them. My plan was to just bite and leave, but when the second person appeared, these damned claws came out and attacked, ending in the death of a man that I would later know to be called Elijah Smith. I thought that was the end of it. I had taken another life, but from everything I knew, he wouldn't be turned. So, imagine my dismay when I hear a person of his description going around and attacking people. So, my only assumption is that these...
Maeve puts like a finger up to like pause
Mhm.
what he's
Something.
saying, and then like turns her head towards the door and looks at Archon and goes, "Where are you going?"
At that point, Archeron would probably like still white as a fucking sheet. He's like edged all the way around the room, like back to the wall. It just staring in like abject horror, like scrambling for the doorknob.
Mhm.
I, like,
dash out and slam
Look
behind him.
and raise an eyebrow, like, what the fuck?
And then she's gonna like, while her finger is still up, she's gonna like turn her head like slightly more towards Drac, and she's gonna be like, "Please sort him out.
Yeah, I better go check on him.
Thank you.
But, Cassian, I do have some questions for you later, but yeah, I need to talk to Archie
Of course.
first.
Alex should be outside somewhere.
Does your butler know?
Yes, he does.
Can you not like get a bit of blood from him? Can you not like?
I would never ask someone to do that. It's not. I don't like doing it. I would never ask him to do that.
Yeah.
But continuing with that first question, I had assumed it was done, but when I heard some of his description going around and attacking people, I was confused, but the only thing I could think of is that these claws were the reason he had turned, and the thing was, obviously, when vampires turn someone, they have control over them. I didn't know Elijah was a spawn, and I have no way to control him.
The letter that Maeve gave to Cassian,
Yeah.
is it still visible on the table?
Yeah, it's just on the table.
She's gonna, like, reach over and tap it, and she's gonna say, funny coincidence. Elijah was the person who had this letter.
And I have a bit of a question. Can spawns make whatever those more feral
No,
beasts
that is
are?
why I'm also confused. The only thing I can think of is that these claws turned him into like a half vampire, something that I couldn't control, but had the power to create spawn or something like that. However, when the reason why I think it's because of these claws is because for moments I have been able to see into the eyes and control what I have been calling the thralls. Like his spawn. I can't control him, but I have a small bit of power over the thralls, it seems. What he makes. Because
Maeve's
yes.
gonna hold her hand out, like, towards him and, like, may I?
What?
The claws.
Yes.
Does he, like,
And-
give...
Hmm?
Does he, like, give her his hand?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's just gonna, like, really closely inspect these claws. Like, are
Mhm.
they... Can he take them off?
You see, I mean, you haven't asked him, but you see no way for him to take them off.
So... Are they... stuck on you?
For the almost 15 years I've been a vampire, I've not been able to take these off.
15
Occasionally,
years and you've not found a way to control it?
no. It's
That must be terrifying.
it's definitely not a nice thought.
15 years. Was that
Almost.
when you went missing for a week?
It seems so, but I don't know the time frame for that.
How did it happen?
Sort of like
If
as you
you
say
don't
it,
mind me
yeah,
asking.
as you say, sort of like you see like a shiver, as he like his back tenses slightly, and he sort of like gulps. About 15 years ago, I was going to a meeting, but as I was walking, the cobbles, I stepped, and mid-step they turned to grass, not stone. I wasn't in the city, but the grass wasn't. It was shades of blue and yellow. I remember he just like almost like has a rush of like emotions. I remember the feeling of eyes, cold, crimson, eyes bathed in shadow, even though the sun was in the sky. He sort of like pauses and takes a breath. Whatever it was, lurched towards me, and I remember it clicking to me like moths to a fire. He like puts his hand to his neck. I felt a sharp pain. Fangs that were like hot coals, but felt like cold iron. He like closed his eyes. I remember laying on the ground, looking up at a purple and pink sky. I was probably hallucinating. And then nothing, just shadow again.
These
It sort of looks up.
descriptions that he's giving of this setting, this like bluey yellow grass and the pinky purple sky, does any of this sound at all familiar?
As he's talking, you're thinking about it, and almost like in a response to your thought, you hear a voice in your head, the familiar voice that you know. And they say, "Well, isn't that interesting? Sounds to me like this man is describing the Feywild."
Exactly what I was thinking.
But while that's happening, Archer and Drac, what are you doing?
I'm just gonna like try to catch up to Archie.
Archer will probably be like, I don't know how far already got, maybe to the front door.
As you walk out, you probably sort of turn the corner and get to sort of like where all the coats and shoes are. But you would have seen Alex, who is his butler, sort of standing outside the door just waiting. And sort of as you go running out, he sort of sees Drac running as well. And he just like looks at Drac like, what is happening?
I don't really know. I just need to talk to my cousin. So
okay.
Yeah, sorry about this, but we
don't
will probably be back, or I will at least.
He just like he sort of like gives like he raises an eyebrow. What's your passive insight?
11.
11. Okay. You don't know. He's like you just hear like a and then he sort of like re-closes the door and just sort of like stands in the hallway, sort of watching, because he's like, this is like a hallway, you can see the door, so he's just like vaguely watching.
Is he blocking the door?
No, he's not. He's like by the door that you came out of.
Right.
But he's like sort of further away. He's like a few steps back. So you like saw him as you walked out. He wasn't blocking away at all.
So I think the word is being used. Walk is not the word that I would use.
Sorry, running, sprinting,
yeah, no, not sprinting,
shambling,
like panicking. You know, like
stumbling,
clearly having
pacing.
Like, what I would consider a reasonable reaction to the information that has been given. But apparently not. So Archeron would like stagger out the room, whip the door open, slam it behind him, and like see Alex there, kind of like not fall over, but like recoil from him also. Not knowing the situation, like recoil from him, and like make tracks towards the front door without. I don't want him to get like onto the street. So imagining him struggling.
You probably get to like where all of the clothes are, sort of get that by the time Drac is like behind you.
Yeah. So he is like struggling, like visibly shaken, very upset, like gasping for breath, like that, like really, really hyper stressed out.
So I'm gonna grab Archie by the shoulders and say like, Archie, what's the problem?
It's a goddamn vampire in there. Anyone saw that? It's a goddamn vampire.
Wait, calm down. You have seen vampires before.
Yeah, not in a room next to me. We've eaten his food. He could have killed us all.
Yeah, but he clearly isn't a threat to us, because then he would have just like vamped before us and just sliced our throats. He hasn't killed anyone.
It could be a sick game. He could have lured us here. Like he could be working with the dragon gods. They must know. They sent us here. They're gonna kill us all. We're never gonna get out.
Calm down, Archie.
And
I'm here to protect you, and I'm not gonna let anything bad happen to you. You know that.
Yeah, but it's one of them. It's one of them that attacked us in the theatre. Has attacked us in the streets. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Oh god.
if we actually listen to him, we may actually get some information about that, because he seemed like actually conflicted about that and didn't really like wanted to talk about it, but at the same time he didn't see like that happy about what was going on. So I think we actually should ask him about this kind of things, not just run off.
I'll go back in there if you want. But I'm not getting anywhere near him.
You don't have to, Archie. You don't have to. It's okay. It's fine. But please calm down.
Okay.
We don't have to go back in there. We can go back to the inn, take the day, just like rest. And so I am going to go back later to ask him some questions that I really want to know. But you don't have to go back in there. But please calm down.
But it's just the shock. It's just the shock of it. I was there. I was having a nice drink.
Yeah, I was quite shocked too, I must say. But
and then he's a vampire. Okay, no, okay. It's just with him and that girl, and then she's got the goat head, and then she's, and then
you mean Meg?
And then the guy, and he's got ghost arms. Sidon, I just wonder what Sidon's going to pull out. What do you
mean pull out?
Well, whip out. I don't know what the word is. Go gadget goblin form. I don't know. And he kind of like leans forward like he's going to be sick. Leans forward on his knees and crouches down. He takes a couple of like big deep gulps. He tries to center himself.
And I'm gonna like hold an arm on his like back and like just pat him a little, like comforting.
I think with the 12 he like pulls himself together a little bit. He's like, okay, no, I think, okay. It'd be good to understand, good to know that he's on the side of, not slitting people's throats and drinking their blood for sure. That I suppose that's one person off our suspect list, I guess.
Yeah, I don't think he's a bad guy like that. Because then he wouldn't really show us that he's a vampire, right?
I legitimately have no idea. We'll go back in. He like turns his back, takes his glasses off, and like wipes something from his face. Might have been tears, we don't know. And he goes, okay. He kind of like walks back, but gives as much space between him and Alex as is physically possible.
As Alex would say, just like take a few steps back so you can walk in.
Yeah, he kind of like somehow he's. So if Alex is further into the corridor, the door.
It's like the door is like to the side, and he's like probably 3 feet from the like door on the other side, so he's pretty far away from it.
Yeah, so I'm trying to picture how Artron's going to try and keep Alex and Cassian in his sight as he tries to like backs to the wall back into the room.
Alex isn't in the room. He's like
no, but he has to walk past him to get in. And so like he's there. At this point, because it's been like 15 minutes since we entered the house. Regardless of what he's doing, he's going to put porridge in his pocket dimension. He's going to actively make the decision that, so whatever porridge has been doing in the bedroom, you decide, but whatever he's carrying is taken with him into pocket direction. I have no idea. Boom, he's gone. And he's going to like edge back into the room. I assume Drax just kind of strolls back in. Like just cool.
Yeah, before we walk in, I'm just going to ask, like, Archie, are you sure you wanted it? You don't have to go in there if you don't want to.
No, it's fine. I'll show them all just how brave I can be.
Yeah, just sit in the chair opposite to Cassian.
Going back in is brave, man.
I know.
Not ignoring fear.
I'll say as Maeve sees Artron come back in, she like stands up out of her chair and like walks around like the back of Mel's chair, approaches, and like puts like very gingerly puts a hand on his shoulder, takes a glass bottle out of her bag that's got like, you know, like bottled water, but it's like D&D, so it's like a glass like cork bottle probably.
Instead of like Buxton, it's like
vial.
Neverwinter.
Yeah.
Water
So
skin.
she like takes it out and like places it in his hand and just like leans in and like whispers, "We're all here together. You don't need to worry." And then she just like leaves and walks back over to her chair.
He's gonna like standing, like kind of understanding now a little bit why Sidon was not willing to sit, but he's gonna like put himself in this chair very gingerly. He's gonna sit himself down and goes.
Well, did he just not say he was talking about his turning?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
The place.
Yes.
Okay.
That's
Place.
yeah. Cool.
Archeron sits down and goes. Look, Cassian, please accept.
Just Cassian, please.
My lord, please accept my most humble apologies for my reaction. It caught me somewhat unawares.
As you're talking, you see Cassian's like shaking his head. No, it's fair. I'm not going to be angry at you for it.
Thank you for being so understanding. I'll.
Maeve's like making eye contact with Archeron,
the
and she's like gesturing, like deep breaths.
He's very much like keeping his eyes like just above Cassian's head, like just like over his sight line. So not really like looking towards him, but not truly at him. And like he would like shakily reach for a biscuit, and like with the driest mouth you've ever seen, try to eat a pink wafer. And
you see, as you're doing that, and sort of as you and Drac walk back in, you see Cassian sort of like turns his head slightly. It's like remembering something, and he says, "You, two of you were at the inn a few days ago, right?"
You mean like for the competition thingy, doing tickets?
I'm not sure. The person who was asking, who was on the stage.
Yeah, what was his name again? Archie, do you remember his name?
Archeron like head like as I mention his name, like brings him back to earth with a crash. His head whips over. Like, no, don't remember anything at the moment.
The name was Eden, for you guys. As he turned, I'm not sure why. I knew he turned, even though he wasn't I didn't do that.
And how do you know about it?
As I was explaining to everyone else, these claws seem to have turned the man named Elijah Smith, and because it's these claws, it seems that I don't have control over him, yet he is a spawn and can turn people into lesser spawn. And I don't have control over him, but as I said, I have minor control over the lesser spawn. Because
so if I get this right, you're like a grandpa to that spawn that
he wipes his forehead. If you want to put it that way, I guess.
I have a question. You said that night when you turned Elijah, you were attacked by 2 people. What happened to the second one?
I'm not sure.
He survived the encounter?
I didn't kill him.
I know what happened to him.
Enlighten us.
He took his friend Elijah back to the inn they were staying at, and Elijah turned and attacked him and killed him.
Ah. Interesting. Also, why were there some of these smaller thrall mini spawn things outside the city.
Outside the city?
There was one.
Don't.
That me.
I wasn't aware of that.
So it
That
seems
one not yours.
No, none of.
Well, you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
Yes.
It wasn't-
I don't know where all of his lesser spawn are. I just sometimes get that connection, like with that man who was in the inn. I remember seeing your face. I was the one who pulled him out of that situation. I moved him.
Oh yeah, because that was really weird. He has disappeared.
Yes,
Sorry,
I moved him,
I'm-
then lost the connection.
I'm confused on a few things. How is it that this man is making spawn, and yet when he attacked his friend simply died?
Your guess is as good as mine.
So it seems like only a handful of these people that he has attacked over the past 3 days have turned.
Or maybe he can choose?
We know of 3.
I'm not sure.
Well, perhaps we should find him before he can turn the whole city.
Yes. Is
Wait. Didn't we kill him inside the theater? I'm a little bit confused.
No.
Thought I
Well,
broke his
Because
face.
he
with the
just
smoke.
disappeared. The
Yes,
other one
he-
just turned to dust, so I don't think he's dead.
I don't know what happened to him. He just
No.
was there and then he wasn't.
people
Yeah,
with this
well, I-
affliction have a tendency to stay living.
Oh. Well, I guess I'll have to break his face a second time.
Can I insight him when he says that? Because that sounds...
What, Cassio?
Yeah.
When he says stay living.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Not
guess
like
that's
not. I don't know if insight
What are you trying
is
to
the right-
get? What are you trying to...
I wanna pick up on if there was any like, because that sounded really, sad,
Mhm.
Mhm.
almost as if he's like
I
tried.
just got my tongue.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Make an insight check.
18.
You gauge he is speaking from a place of knowing.
Oof. Okay. I just wanted to know for me that I just. Jesus. Okay.
Is there anything else you wanted to ask?
Yeah.
Can you
go.
locate them? The spawn? Can you mentioned you could sense them, or excuse me. It takes a swig of the water. You said that you could sense the spawn when they turned. You pulled one of them from the bar. Thank you very much. When you said you pulled him, did you bring him here? What did you do with him?
I didn't have much control. My only thought was to move him from a place with loads of people, so I believe I pulled him to the graveyard nearby. Because I didn't think there would be people there. I wasn't sure. I lost the connection as soon as I
So
moved him.
you can't locate them.
I
you don't
might,
get-
if I took some time, I might be able to.
It might be worth looking into. We can find them and find him and try and put a stop to this.
Yeah, because that guy is not a very nice guy.
No, he is.
Cassian, you mentioned that you fought with Elijah and the other man whose name escapes me.
Liam,
Thank you, Liam.
yes.
Was it by any chance behind the inn? In the
I don't
alley.
remember specifically, but it was in an alley. Why?
May I see your claws again?
Yes. Puts both his hands out, and you can see, as I mentioned before, the right hand ring finger, the nail or the claw or the shard is broken off.
Hmm.
What
And then
happened
she-
to that hand?
She, like, places her ring hand down on the table. So this is yours, then.
I don't want to call it mine, but it is from... then he just like puts his hand next to it and sort of like looks at you, so like as offering like, can I look at your hand?
Mhm.
And he sort of like moves your hand close to his face and like puts his claw next to it. That seems to be the same.
So what is going on? Are you
I-
comparing you, will we?
No, I found this shard in the alley.
It did.
When you attacked. What was
yes,
it?
Elijah.
Yeah.
When I do recall that. When
You
in that moment that it did break, which yeah.
So they
does they grow back or?
No, I mean I don't know. They've not broken before.
But they can break.
Apparently,
um
it's obviously now he's relaxed a bit more. He sort of like tenses his hands slightly, and you see the nails retract. So he just has his hands with like the rings on each finger.
you said that you were going after a criminal because it was like, well, not innocent blood. So my question is, what was Elijah's crime that warranted a blood drinking? If you don't mind. Was it like petty theft, or was he like?
Well, I'd seen
assault?
him. I'd seen him around. I am still a lord. I do know a lot of this city. I had seen him interacting with people who I knew to be members of the Crimson Hand, or figures that I knew. I didn't know faces or things like that. And from what Maeve has said, and sort of gestures to the piece of paper, it seems that he was one of them.
What, just being a Crimson Hand means blood drinking?
I don't
I mean,
like.
they are criminals, but
I need to make this clear. It is not something I like to do, and when you're starving yourself and need to sustain through whatever means, I just went with the closest thing that I knew about.
Archeron starts to like anyone sitting near him, probably definitely Sidon would notice. Like he's gripping his chair, like white knuckle in the chair when he says that.
You can see Cassian is not liking the words he's saying. He's just having to say them to explain himself.
So here's the question: why are you starving yourself?
Because it means I have to kill less. Oh, it means I have to.
But
attack
drinking
less
from
people.
someone doesn't necessarily mean you have to kill them.
No,
right?
yeah, yes. I
Yes,
know.
but how many people do you know that would offer their necks to a vampire?
Yeah, that's
I know one.
another question, but come on. I mean, if you starve yourself, you actually gotta kill them, because then you, I guess, don't have less control.
No, I had control until I saw the second person. Until he attacked, I had control, then these claws attacked.
So it's like a defense mechanism.
Seems to be.
Know all about them.
And I would never, as you say, I would never ask anyone to do that. It's not a nice thing in general, but to ask someone, it would. I would say it would kill me, but it wouldn't.
Yeah, but I can see where no one would actually volunteer for that.
Yes, no one would volunteer, and I'm not going to ask Alex, who's the only other person who knows.
Why did you? Sorry, my look, Cassian. Why did you tell us?
Tell all of you.
Yes.
Well, I'm not entirely sure. I guess maybe it's because it's almost been 15 years hiding it. Always watching corners and watching my back. You came with pertinent information and asked very direct questions, so I thought it. I
Sounds like
thought
the
it was,
Dragon Guard are on the way.
yeah.
Are they after you?
I thought it was best. Perhaps it was a mistake. He sort of looks at you with like a raised eyebrow.
Well,
I promise I won't tell anyone. I promise. Just
Archeron, breathe. There you go. Considering,
you will let us leave, won't you?
Yes.
listen,
I don't want to keep you here.
considering
it's
that we're all
fine.
still alive, I think we'll be fine. However, I do believe that we should find whoever this Elijah is and put a stop to it before it gets worse. So any information that you have would be amazing.
Well, now that I know he's a part of the Crimson Hand, I might be able to sort of like thinks to himself and mutters. Well, as I mentioned before, I am aware of the Crimson Hand and know a bit about their dealings. From what I've gathered, they've been around for about as long as Itheralvar has. Their mark has been seen in records for over 500 years. Though, as of late, it seems that they've been getting bolder, seeming to have interests in politics and higher-ups, and just like gestures to himself.
Which is why they were after you, yes.
And come to think of it, the Red Marshal recently informed me that more have been seen around, specifically in this area of the city, but I'm not sure why. Possibly, as you've said, to come after me.
Can the Dragon Guard not sense you? I thought that they had the ability to sense the undead.
Well, I have this innate, or I guess not innate, but this ability to mask myself. For instance, if the Dragon Knight, and each of those gestures to Mel, were to focus and sense the creatures around it, I would just register as the same as all of you.
Is that... You say that's innate, but if you don't mind me asking, how do you know that isn't passed on to those you accidentally sire?
Well, I'm not sure. I don't know. I've done my best not to create spawn before, and yes.
You say you can't control the claws and stuff like that.
Yes.
Are you sure you're a vampire and not something inside of you is the vampire, like another being?
Well, that is an interesting theory. I have no way of knowing either way. I just assume he opens his mouth from the teeth and the general.
Yeah, maybe two people merged into one. That's why when you sense undead, you'll appear as living. But
well, possibly, but that
vampire
ability,
magic is also still here.
That ability to mask myself, I do it by choice.
Oh, okay.
It's this ability that I've had since being changed, but I've done it by choice.
Misunderstood. I thought it was just
So
like
right.
active all the time.
No. He just like looks up, sort of with like these scared, like nervous eyes. Is there anything else you wanted to ask?
How many people over the years have you Vedrum, just in case of any others that have unknowingly come back?
I have. Please stop calling me that.
Okay, yes, sir?
Just please call me Cassian. Please.
I will try.
I've done my best, and I don't turn people. There was one other time, I believe. I tried to forget it.
Deal with that other time, or
Well,
is that still out there, or is it under your control?
Turned a person. This was 12 years ago, I think.
What happened to that person?
It was with a bite, so I could have a conversation with them. I asked them, what they wanted to do, and they decided it was best if they were to, not live.
That leads to my next question. If we find this Elijah, is there a way to kill him?
Well,
Permanently.
permanently. Well,
Wooden stakes, I guess, works.
a wooden stake through the heart probably would likely work, as
Probably
well
just
as,
make him mad.
well, it does sometimes work more than it would just kill the person. It might stop his regeneration, holy radiance, as he's like gestures to Mel again. I assume she can do. If that was to put an end to him, I think that might do it. I'm not sure if there's any difference considering how different he is, but an especially good hit might do it. Something that was more potent than normal. I'm not sure.
I did try a force punch on him and he just turned to smoke.
I don't know what to tell you. I'm not sure.
So in the position that you are in, do you have any more information on the Crimson Hand and their whereabouts?
Well, the only thing I can say is that, again, the Red Marshal said that there have been some nearby, so possibly that.
She
I'm
looks at Mel.
sorry.
Are we going to have to talk to your boss again?
I don't know. Well, I don't know if he knows any more than that. I mean, you could just look around here, see if you find anything. Look for clues.
What, in his house? I think we would maybe better leaving and going somewhere else.
Around this area, the middle city on this side. He said specifically near the main city, the middle city hall. Around there.
Well, it seems we have a place to look.
But I will ask. He just like as he breathes out, he you see he puts that disguise back up, so he's back to like half elven person. Oops, I'm not moving the mouse. I accidentally moved the mouse. So of getting the token. So puts that disguise back up. Are you going to tell people?
Maeve just shakes her head. And then looks directly at Archeron.
Archeron's like sitting there fully shitting himself. Like he's terrified. I don't know if Like I hadn't been clear. He's like shaking his he's staring directly at him, like terrified for his life. As taking this as like a direct threat. Do not tell anyone.
He's not. Maybe I'll say it. Maybe just because his voice. He's not trying to be threatening. He's just asking.
I know.
I
know. That's
Okay.
very, very much how it's been.
Okay.
Like, I swear, I'll never tell a living soul. Just please let us live.
Archie, calm down. He's not threatening us. He's just asking us if we will tell anyone.
No. You can
Tell
trust me.
anyone what?
Just. I think you understand if you were in my position. I wouldn't want people knowing.
We all have things that we'd rather keep secret.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just one more question.
Yes.
If you ever sense this Elijah guy where he is, please
If
let
I
us know.
sense anyone, I will reach out.
Yeah, good.
Um,
Thank you.
he sort of like takes a deep breath, and you see he's since he's told you, he's not smiled. Like before, he was like smiling and being sort of jokey, but he sort of like breathes out and sort of does like a faint smile. And he's just like sort of very slowly sort of stands up in his chair, says, "Maybe I am a fool, but thank you, all of you. You have all shown me a great kindness, and allow me to sort of gesture around, open my home up to you if you'd like. There is a library down the hallway."
Maeve looks actively like excited for a split second and then composes herself.
I understand if you don't want to, but
Drax
there
is
are.
like, ooh, library.
I understand if you wouldn't want to, but there are beds upstairs if you need a place to sleep.
It would save us a lot of coin, but I'm not 100% sure if everybody is comfortable staying.
Yeah, I think at least me and Archie gonna stay at the inn for the
That
time
is-
being, at least.
I'm
That is
gonna stay at the
fair.
inn tonight because I already paid for it. But maybe tomorrow.
That is fair. Thank you all very much. And he sort of says, "Alex, you can open the door." And the Crystal Dragonborn opens the door. And Cassian continues, "I'll be upstairs or in the library, probably, if you need me. And if you need anything specific, and I'm not around, just ask Alex." And then
Thank you.
Zeus, "No, please, thank you. This is more than I deserve." And then sort of Alex begins gestures for everyone to leave and walk around if you'd like. Yeah.
I was wondering if I could wait around just a few minutes and I'd let everyone else leave for a sec.
Okay.
So I want to have just a quick word with Cassian.
Yeah.
Before Maeve leaves, I assume Archeron is still frozen in fear in this chair.
Oh no! The moment we've been like, excuse
He just
me,
dashes.
Okay, yeah.
Wily Coyote.
So maybe in the hallway then she catches
no,
up
he's
to him.
booking it. He's
Where to
Not
where?
like sprinting, but
To where though?
like power walking out of the goddamn vampire's mansion. Who he's just announced that he's killed an untold amount of people, doesn't know whether his side anymore, and says he's doing it for the greater good. From Malcolm in the Middle, the power walking episode. Imagine that.
He's Olympic speed walking.
Without looking to be rude, Archtron is moving about as fast as you've ever seen him.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to catch up to him again and put a hand on his shoulder and just say, "Archie, I'm proud of you. That was very good of you to see the bigger picture. And yeah, I'm proud of you for doing that."
Yeah, thanks. He gets out and the minute he doesn't collapse onto the floor, but he staggers out and he's gasping for air. It looks almost like he's holding a stitch. Like he's been holding it all in as much as he can.
So Simon,
think-
yeah. Well, the only thing I'll say
Sorry.
is maybe it's just. I have something for you. Just as you exit, I will say it afterwards. But
Yeah, no, she's gonna like stand outside the door, maybe with
Okay.
Alex, just like having like a small talk with Alex, because as soon as Sidon walks out, she's walking straight back in.
wouldn't be having small talk, but I'll get to that in a second.
Yeah,
Silent, what do you want to ask?
I was just gonna be like, I'm just gonna go up to him and be like, 15 years without being able to fully control that power is hard. I was once told to try and find balance in myself, and I'm still working on that myself. But I have a tip that seems to work for me. Have you
Anything?
tried separating personality of the vampire side and your more human side,
It's
locking that side away?
it's all I've been trying to do for the past almost 15 years. But
It's hard,
it's
but-
yeah, it's like it's written in my DNA now. But usually I can control myself. It's just when the claws have a mind of their own.
Try talking to them. See if you can come to an arrangement.
So
I'll
like
say.
he's like turns his head like, all right.
Like whispers to his fingers, "Be good, little."
Hey bitches,
And,
what the fuck are you doing?
And Sidon will just sort of leave.
So while that is happening, Maeve, you walked out sort of after Sidon and Drac, and probably started to have some like a chat with Alex.
Yeah.
But as you are talking, you feel a slight shiver down your spine. It's familiar. You've had it before many times.
Mm-hmm.
And your eyes are sort of magnetically drawn to the other side of the hallway. So looking at Alex, who is standing, let's describe it, sort of towards the front door.
Yeah.
But your eyes are drawn further into the house.
Mm-hmm.
And you look down the hallway and you see a shadowy form looking back at you.
Mm-hmm.
From their build, they can't be older than 13. You
Oh.
see their eyes are just white circles and there are no features to be seen. They stare at you with their body shaking slightly. I'll put an image into the thing.
There's an image.
I didn't make it, but
That's fine.
Ooh.
Okay, so I assume she's talking with Alex.
Yeah.
And then like looks sort of past him, and then like bows her head slightly, and she's like, "Could you excuse me for a moment?"
yes, of course. And he just goes back into, sort of through the house.
So she's gonna walk towards this shadowy figure,
Mhm.
and like look behind her to see where Alex is. Can Alex still see her?
You've seen Alex has gone to like, he's sort of walked to like another place and just like gone out the room. You can't,
Okay.
can't see him.
Hello.
Hi. I don't know where I am. It's cold and dark. I don't like the dark.
No, neither do I. Can you tell me your name?
Taylor.
Taylor. I'm Maeve. What's the last thing that you remember?
Sort of like you see the shadows sort of look down to the ground like they're thinking. I was looking for my bear, Noah. The one that Mr. Cassian got from me while he was trying to find a cure.
So you know Cassian.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and what does this bear look like?
Well, it's small, brown. It's got sort of it's a paint on it. So like just about this size.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where he is.
Do you remember the last time you had your bear?
I was sort of like looks around the space. I think I was upstairs, in bed. That's the last time I remember.
Would you like to come with me and we can have a look?
Mm-hmm.
She like holds out a hand.
The form sort of takes your hand. I will say, just because it's interesting, at this point, Sidon, you exit and see Maeve talking to no one.
Alright.
Okay, so hearing Sidon's voice, Maeve would like straighten up completely. Yes, no. I'm just going to look around upstairs.
Checking out the decor.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And then she'd
Fair
like
enough.
whisper to this shadowy figure, "Come on."
Okay. And sort
Not
of
be
begin
too
to-
long, and he sort of gives a wave and walks out the corridor with everyone else.
So you begin to look around and go upstairs. I'll change the map.
Ooh.
It's not-
My.
It's not
Oh,
perfect.
that's a big map.
It's not perfect, but it's close enough.
Where am I coming in from?
The stairway in the middle.
Oh, very nice. This is nice.
Which room did Porridge look into?
You don't know. One of them.
One of them. Does only James know that?
Actually, James doesn't know which room it is, but it is one of these rooms.
Oh.
James knows sort of what it is. Yeah, so you see the
Have you ever had that feeling before when you're in someone's house for the first time and they've just left you to your own devices and you're kind of like, where am I allowed
You
to
don't-
go?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
you just see Alex sort of just idly cleaning as you walk up the stairs.
She like turns back to the shadowy figure and she's like, wait here for just a minute, I'll be back, okay?
Okay.
And then she's gonna
Sort of like
approach
turns
Alex.
to look at this like statue. Yes.
Alex,
Yes.
this is going to sound like a very strange question. Is there a small bear anywhere?
Why?
It's a long story. I'm not sure where to start. I'm looking for a friend.
All right. Do you have any more descriptions, or is it just a small bear?
About this big,
Mhm.
brown, and possibly speckled with paint.
All right. I assume you're talking about the teddy bear.
Mm.
Okay. You didn't say it.
I mean, there's like lots of statues around,
Yeah, I
you
know,
know? We could
yeah.
have very easily been talking about an actual bear.
I do. Follow me. And it sort of leads you across the hallway to this room. Cassian says it's all right, and he sort of like gets a key and unlocks the door, and opens it, and you see a like a writing room. With like desks. The room on the map's sort of slightly more cluttered. You know, there's a desk with like a fireplace and a window, and like a chest. You see on the desk there is like parchment and papers, and you can see sort of on a shelf there is a small brown teddy bear speckled in paint.
Why am I getting emotional? Okay.
It's sort of on a shelf, sort of just above the desk. If you like, if you were sitting in the chair, it'd be like just above you.
Alex, a question.
Yes.
Did Cassian know a tailor? Not like a tailor, as in
You beat me to
somebody
it.
who makes clothes. I mean, a young girl called Taylor.
Just like things for a moment. That he has mentioned a young boy, that he knew, whose name was Taylor. Why do you ask?
Again, not really sure how to explain it. Can I have the benefit of the doubt?
Yes,
maybe?
of course. Okay, don't worry about it.
I'm sure I'll explain it all in time, but for now,
Mhm. Don't worry. I live here. I get it. Yes. He helped or tried to help a young boy named Taylor. I don't think I wasn't here yet. It was longer than that. It was before I was here about 7 years ago. I think the boy was sick, and he tried to help, but I don't think he did it. He doesn't like to talk about it.
no, I thought not, which is why I came to you. The bear, and she
Mhm.
points to the bear on the shelf. May I take it?
I would ask Cassian, but I'm sure he'll be fine with it.
Yes, well, if you'll just give me a minute, I won't take the bear, but I would like a minute alone
All right, that's fine. Just if you need me, I'll be around.
with the bear. This is crazy. I'm sorry.
You tell this guy just doesn't judge it. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I'll be somewhere in the back. Just the ghost of keep cleaning.
Mhm. She psst, across the hall.
You see the shadows sort of look up. The eyes go wide.
She gestures, come here.
Sort of sits up from looking at this statue.
Is that your bear?
I think so.
Okay. Now this is the difficult part. You won't be able to take it where you're going,
Okay.
but if you would like somebody to take care of it, I can look after it for you.
Yeah. Okay. But it may. Yeah.
I can talk to Cassian first.
Okay.
Is there anything that you want me to tell him?
Just shakes her head. No. I think it's fine.
Okay. She looks the shadowy figure for a minute and I assume nothing's happening.
No, that's happened yet.
Interesting. Okay, well, I will go find Cassian then. Don't go anywhere for now.
Mm-hmm.
And then she walks away.
Okay.
Back downstairs.
So yeah, you go downstairs and you sort of see Cassian is sort of in the. I'm sort of downstairs now.
Oh my god, this house is big!
It's a mansion. Yeah, it's slightly different to what I described, but it's close enough. For sake of ease, you were in this room when you were all talking.
Oh.
So we'll say that Cassian. Where's his normal token? I only have the vampire one. We'll say that he is. He's looking at this statue.
Oh, so he's right at the bottom of the stairs as she walks down after snooping in his house.
He literally asked. He said it was fine. So
Yeah, but still, it's that awkward Hey, buddy. Totally wasn't snooping in your house. Cassian,
Yes.
I have a strange question for you.
All right.
Hypothetically, I'm just gonna come out and say it. Do you know a young boy by the name of Taylor? Or did you know?
As you say the name, he sort of, you see like a flash memory sort of go through his mind as his eyes widen slightly. Like doesn't take a half step back. He like takes a deep breath in, like remembering the name. Wait, how do you know about Taylor?
She like pulls this very like awkward face and like shrugs like, can I ask you to trust me?
That's what I asked you earlier, so yes, of course.
I see things.
You see things.
People, mainly, yes.
Like ghosts?
She nods.
I mean, I'm not a person to judge.
It seems you have a spirit in the house.
He's here. He's like takes a deep breath and does that sort of face where you take like trying to hold back an emotion. All right. I'll take your word for it.
Right, okay. First of all, she is shocked by this. Because, as we've discussed, nobody ever does that. So the fact that this guy is just like, okay, sure, is like such a huge deal. But the thing with Maeve is that she's very good at hiding her emotions. So instead of being like, oh my god, she's just like,
Gonna make a deception check.
yeah, I can. I have a plus fucking 6, I think. Oh god, this is gonna go poorly now.
Okay.
21.
21.
Right.
He was asking about a brown bear.
So like slightly smiles to himself, like not in like creepy way, just like remembering it. Yes.
Now, I'm not used to talking with people about this, so please bear with me.
You just
Usually-
saw our conversation.
True. Usually what happens is they ask me for things, and when I give them the information, they pass on.
Okay.
He didn't, and I am pretty sure there's something he's not telling me. So that's why I'm asking you.
I'm not sure what I can say. I know of his illness, if that's what you mean.
It's usually unfinished business, but I don't know what kind of unfinished business a child would have.
Neither am I. I'm not sure. To be perfectly honest. Have you tried giving him the bear? Or shall
Well,
I?
I wanted to ask first before I just came into your house and took your things.
Well, it was never mine, but yes, certainly. Did Alex tell you where it was?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, wish me luck.
Is it alright if I
like,
come upstairs and see
it's
if I see anything?
your house, of course.
Just wanted to make sure. And he sort of goes upstairs behind you.
Mm.
Yep, you sort of see
Oh my
Taylor.
god, it's the upstairs map again. No way.
You see Taylor's just like standing, looking at the bear.
Okay, this is to me, this is so cool.
Mhm.
I don't know what everyone else is thinking, but I'm having a great like visual image here. So Maeve would be like standing between Taylor and Cassian at this point, and like looking between the two of them, and I assume that Cassian can just see Maeve staring into space,
Pretty much.
and it's a really funny image in my head. But Maeve like reaches up and like takes the teddy off the shelf and like hands it to this like invisible space.
So as you sort of move the bear down to where Taylor is standing, you see the face of look up at you, and he says, "Whoa, thank you so much." And you see as it goes, he goes to reach the bear. The bear's still in your hand, but almost like a shadow version gets pulled from it.
Oh,
So you sort of see, so you just sort of see he's holding like sort of same as his form, but like a teddy bear, just holding in his hands. And you see, sort of looks to you and looks over to Cassian. And obviously Cassian can't see him, but he sort of looks over and sort of like walks over and gives Cassian a hug. And you just hear the voice say, "Thank you, Mr. Cassian." And you see as Taylor says those words, see Cassian looks around like he heard something. And he sort of like gulps slightly to hold back tears, and then you watch Taylor vanish.
I'm gonna cry. Why are you doing this? Yeah, Maeve kind of like and like looks away, like maybe down at the floor or something.
Yeah. Cassian's like doesn't know what to say. He's sort of like goes. Hold on. And you see he goes into that room, and sort of goes to the chests in the corner, and sort of like opens it and looks through it and pulls out a like a vial of like faintly glowing bright red pink liquid. And he sort of moves over to you and hands it to you. He says, I suppose someone should have this. You see his hands are shaking slightly. I found the cure eventually.
Oh, you bitch!
But it was, just take it, please.
What's it for?
Well, Taylor had hollow fever. I did all I could to research about it. It's not nice. But the person is inflicted and feels dread, this deep sense of dread, as they then become bedridden and feverish almost, and then some amount of time later they are unable to move, and then if it's not stopped by then, all the muscles seize up, including the internal organs.
She like doesn't say anything, but just like solemnly nods. And then like holds the bear out to him.
He sort of takes it and holds it, just like smiles to himself. I don't want to keep you. I know everyone else left. But what's mine is yours. Thank you. He sort of goes back into the room and puts the bear on the shelf. And you can go about what you're doing. But okay, so in that time where Maeve, probably no longer than 7 minutes or so, she was doing that.
Specific.
I was gonna say 5. I was gonna say 5. 5 felt too short. 10 felt too long, so I said 7. So yeah, what are the rest of you doing as you all exit the house?
I'll relay that Maeve is checking out the decor inside, and I would say we could wait for her.
Oh,
unless you
Slab is
guys
with you, by
wanna
the way.
go back. We could wait for her, or we could explore a little bit. Maybe go back to the inn. It's up to you guys. I might wait for her.
Archie, how do you feel about all this?
So Archie would like kind of as politely as possible, like have his back to, like, not like his back to everyone, but like be facing away, like kind of. I'm picturing in my mind like a gate with pillars on it. So he's kind of leaning against one of the pillars, trying to catch his breath, desperately trying not to be sick. When he heard Maeve is still inside, he might bamf Porridge back into the room he was in to see through his eyes to see what he could see in there.
Yeah, so now what I'll explain it for everyone now. It's not the image I sent you. I don't have the right image. But he was in... Porridge was in Cassian's bedroom.
Yes.
Okay.
Which was one of the... It was... Hold on. It was... Just so everyone is also aware. It is this one. On this map. And yeah, he was in that room.
Okay.
Can you roll me a D20?
No.
Okay.
Or she's now dead.
No. Okay. Is there anything you would do with that?
Yeah. So like I'm assuming the door's shut.
The door is shut.
Yeah. Okay. 1 second. Just opening up his caption. With a passive perception of 13, which is Porridge's passive perception, would he have obviously wouldn't have seen anything? Would he have heard anything? Of the room next door?
He probably would have heard,
like
mumbling. You would have heard Maeve's voice, Alex's voice, and then Cassian's voice. Can you just let me active perception check just so I can
with Porridge?
With Porridge.
Oh,
just so I can gauge how much you heard.
15.
15? So assume you heard like 60% of that. So you heard the bit about Maeve asking for a bear and not wanting why, because Maeve did say the whole thing about her seeing ghosts downstairs, so Porridge wouldn't have heard that. But you hear some about her and Alex talking about a young boy named Taylor, about her asking for a bear, and then a few minutes later you hear Cassian's voice asking about, or just like the two of them talking, and then you hear Cassian give Maeve a potion, or you hear him say that, so that last line, and things like that. But that's probably.
I think when it became kind of clear that she wasn't screaming in terror.
No.
His curiosity may have taken over. Is there anything particularly interesting in this room?
That's why I had you roll a D20. I mean, there's a nice looking bed. You see there are shelves, desks. There is weirdly no mirror.
Why would there be a mirror?
Yeah, you see a door that's like partially ajar to like a bathroom, with a bath and a toilet, whatever. Yeah, I mean, it's like there's like ornate things. If you wanted to take, you could.
So I would hand over to you. Porridge was in there.
Yes, that's why I had you roll the D20.
So he would have maybe taken some things. That's completely.
So I'll say because I guess it would still be on Porridge if we bounced in and out. You now looking through his eyes can see that sort of on the sort of the bird foot, like between two of the like it's not toes, talons, is like a golden ring that he's definitely stolen.
He would have in absolute abject terror of this guy finding out he's stolen something. He would try to figure out where he got it from and like have him put it back.
So, actually, yeah, it'd be a ring. You see, sort of on the desk, so like a desktop, there is a few cases, usually like jewelry cases, and you see that one of them is open.
Yeah, I would have him fly over there and like guess where the ring came from, and put it back, and then would recall him.
Cool. So while you're doing that, Drac and fucking Sidon, are you doing it? Sorry, good name. Actually, the only thing I'll say is while Artron was doing that, you see Mel say, "Well, I should probably, get. I have. I just reminded the blue commander wanted me to do those reports, so I should probably get going and do them."
Oh yeah.
Don't get
Just
distracted
don't
on your
work
way
too
back.
hard, and
No.
don't let them boss you around.
Yeah,
Well,
punch the blue bitch in the face if you need to.
She is my boss.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah,
say
but
don't
fuck
do
them.
that though.
No.
Sometimes you need to assert dominance.
Silent, it doesn't work like that. We're not in the fucking jungle anymore. This is a city.
Fair point.
Well, I'll see if I can catch up with you guys at some point. I'll be around. Maeve knows where I live, so she might be there. I'll either be at the garrison, home, or come find you guys. Bye. And she just like walks off.
Be careful of vampire things.
I'll be fine.
Yeah, she's
Shut
like
that in the
stronger
street.
than all of us. So.
Yes, but what are they doing?
So we're like here.
Yeah, where Cassian is on the map, yeah.
Yeah. And that's. God, I need to zoom in because you can't see shit.
The one above him is Greystone Manor, which is his house. The one below it is Middle City Hall.
Yeah.
Am I out yet, by the way?
It'll be a bit longer, I think.
Okay.
I think I wanna check like the city hall and see what's in there. But I also wanna know if Archeron is like his normal self or not like panicky, attacky. But I probably see him like zone out.
So, yeah, his
I
drawing.
have soon seen him do so many times.
Yeah.
I probably know it's because he's looking through his bird. So,
I'm just
I'll-
gonna.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say that I'm probably gonna wait for Atron to go back to normal again.
So I'll say for the sake of... Unless you're doing anything.
No, I was just gonna say I'm gonna wait for Maeve, and maybe while I'm waiting, just sort of in the middle of the street, just start sort of shadowboxing, just to relax
Voguing.
and just pretty much just. Sort of,
Yeah, so we'll say for the sake of
Chilling.
ease, Archeron and Maeve. So Maeve exits the house as Archeron finishes the connection. So everyone is back together.
Yeah, I call Porridge down to my shoulder. And he is Alex or Cassian coming outside with Maeve.
No.
He would, I'd say he'd take off his glasses, make a big show of like cleaning them, and try to like get himself presentable, for lack of a better word.
I just
Sorry,
go to Maeve. How was the decor?
Excellent. Very very modern.
And can I make an insight check to
For
see
what?
if she's like shaken by anything? If there's like anything sort of. She didn't really look at the decor, so I want to see if she'd actually looked at whatever.
Okay, make a insight check. But maybe you can. I don't. Never mind. Doesn't matter.
I would know what that hollow was. It hollow fever?
Hollow fever. If anyone
Hollow
wants to make a medicine check.
Well, no one else heard.
No
that,
one
didn't they?
Oh, I'm
else.
sorry.
You
Yeah,
would-
if
you would have
Maeve
heard
or
it with-
Archeron want to hear.
Yeah,
it, make a
Archeron would have
medicine
heard it through
check.
porridge.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
And I could then just send you the exact thing.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh no, 19. I thought.
Yeah, I will send you the exact thing. It's not nice. I'll put it in your chat, in Archeron's chat, James. Sorry, it's like that.
So I would have heard that this fella, without any further contact, has given Maeve a cure for hollow fever.
Yes.
Okay. Assuming now that she's got hollow fever. Well, that's like the logical.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
it?
It makes sense.
Let me
Yeah.
have a look. I will.
Is that the logical step? Okay.
Well,
Yeah,
you know,
it makes
why-
sense.
like,
If
they
you're
were having
given
this-
a cure for a specific condition that you
Yeah.
know of, you would assume that that person's got that specific condition and needs that cure.
Yeah, I mean, this is on like brand for Maeve as well.
This
If
is-
you read
yeah.
it.
That's very fair.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you all.
That's
are,
gross.
it's not nice. You're all reunited. Is there anything you're doing specifically?
Cassian mentioned checking out the city hall. Maybe we should do so.
yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
a good idea and good place to start.
Listen, I just want to find this Elijah and put an end to all of this nasty business. And I'm sure you would all agree.
I agree as
My
well.
question to the DM:
Hi.
is it the same logic as applies in like Hammer Horror, that if you kill Dracula, all of his sired vampires also vamp out? Is that in this world as well?
You don't know, Ash.
Could I make a roll to know that?
Sure, make a Arcana, yeah.
19.
19?
Can I also make one?
Yeah, I mean, I'll give it to you with a 19. That, say for the sake of funny, is not the case.
Okay, that's fine.
Usually when the main I'm making this up on the spot. Usually when the main vampire dies, the spawns sometimes get weaker, but they don't vamp out of existence. They usually become weaker, sort of more muted, but don't have a master to like control them.
That was literally just a player question.
Yeah.
Because obviously we presumably are not going to try and kill this fella just quite yet.
So you guys are going to the main middle city hall.
Mhm.
Okay. So it's not too far from Cassie's house. He lives very close to it.
Wait, before we
Yeah.
leave, Maeve's gonna like look around everyone. Where's Mel?
She wants to do
She
paperwork.
needed to report to the blue commander, or what's his face.
I told her to punch her in the face if she ever gets a bit uppity.
Listen, Sidon, while we would all like her to punch her in the face, we would also like her not to be killed. So
She wouldn't be killed. She'd probably be arrested
Be
for
court-martialed.
punching an officer.
Wouldn't
Court-martialed,
put it
and then we could just break her out of
past-
prison.
well, then we would be criminals. So maybe not.
Not if Mel punch her in the face. But yeah, I said to her that she shouldn't do that because this is a civilized town, Sidon.
Maeve's gonna like look at Drax and like give him a very like knowing nod and be like, at least one of us has a brain cell.
But
Asserting
what-
dominance works in a lot of situations.
But anyway, while you're walking and having this conversation, you hold on, funny, my notes. So you're walking sort of down this street, and Sidon, while they're bitching about you, you hear something first before anyone else. Your ear sort of pricks up slightly, and you turn around to see Dahlia
Oh,
running, battered and bruised, away from a. I'll change the map. you see Dahlia running down like a side street away from this, what you can only assume is a vampire thrall. And she sort of, as she turns the corner, she sees you and just asks, "Sidon, Sidon!" and just keeps running towards you.
Yeah. Where am I?
You guys are like, we'll say like this corner here, so like all of you are, over there. Just like
Sidon,
running.
it's your girlfriend.
As I see it, do I see the troll thing
You
chasing
see
her?
it sort of 15, 20 feet behind her.
I. Feet. Fuck it. Key point. Step of the wind.
Okay.
Uh,
You see, the creature that's chasing her does look also hurt.
yeah.
So
I key point, step of the wind, and get within 5 feet of it. And as I do, I run in and I just give it a Superman punch to the face.
go for it. Main attack roll. Side and smash. 18 hits. 6.
6.
This thing takes like a massive punch to the face, and it's almost dazed for a second. And for the sake of ease, you guys have another round, and it's looking very hurt. If you want to, you can very easily finish this off. No spells or whatever necessary. But yeah, so you sort of punch this thing. Superman punch it, daze it, like so it's like moving, like almost falling over. And then how do you kill it? I mean, it doesn't really matter. How do you kill it?
I sort of stop bashing it up.
Yeah.
And then finish it off with like an elbow to the nose and just sort of.
So you do full JoJo and start fucking beating this guy up, and then you elbow it in the nose. And as you elbow it, you watch as it sort of similarly but sort of slightly quicker than the other ones, like stumbles back and begins to like vanish into like the dust and grey and red smoke. And as it falls to the ground, you see the only thing left is an eye on the pavement, on the cobble.
Well, that's one way
The eye.
of dealing with it.
It's just an eye. It's like an eye with like the thing attached to it at the back. It's disgusting.
I go over to Dahlia.
She's like breathing heavily and like hands on her knees. She's like,
just out of curiosity, I move her hair out of her eyes and just see. It's not her eye, is it? It is the creature's eye, right?
no, yeah. She has both
Okay.
eyes.
Okay. What happened?
She's like breathing heavily.
Where have you been?
She's like holding her head. I ran with everyone else. I don't remember much. She just like looks up at you and like gives you a small hug. I remember my eyes opening, and there was this man looking over at me. He had sort of dark hair and elven ears, I think. Blue eyes. He said his name was Kalen. Then something like that, and she points to where the thrall was. Tried to attack us. I think he managed to get it, and then he pointed to the exit and just told me to run. And I did. But then as I was running, one of them came out of the shadow, and that thing. I just kept running. Then I found you. Oh.
So, wait, this Kalen guy save you, or was he the one?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you
Yeah.
remember where you were?
Yeah. It was this way. And she points to the. So she points sort of. She was coming from this direction. She points. She points like, obviously back there, but also sort of like, sort of here-ish, sort of like northwest, or like northwest-ish.
And were you surrounded by those creatures?
No, it was the one. and then that one.
Right. And what, you just attacked when you were running from the theater?
I think I don't know. I think I was knocked out or something. I don't know. I remember running, then nothing, and then waking up in a cell.
Cell?
There were bars.
You're all beat up.
Mm-hmm.
I sort of stroke her cheek and sort of just look around her neck, see if she's been bitten or anything like that.
You don't see any bites on her. She like scratches and like bruises. You don't see bites. He
I think I need to have a
he managed to
conversation.
do it. Managed to help.
He managed to
So-
save you.
Uh-huh.
What's going on here?
Hi.
Hi.
These are my friends.
Well, I met them.
Question mark?
I met
Yeah.
them. Yeah.
Yeah, we were
Um,
at the theater together.
But we never really introduced each other at the theater.
You did. I didn't, but yeah, I'm Drax.
I'm Dahlia.
Yeah, nice to meet you again.
Yeah, nice to meet you again too.
Yeah, so what actually is going on?
She explains the thing she just explained.
Yeah.
Um,
I think we need to talk to this Lord Kalen. Is it Lord? I don't even know. If it's
just Kaylin.
Kalen.
She
I don't know why.
she said just Kaylin.
Yeah, I don't know why I have Lord in my
Because
head.
Lord said.
Yeah, probably. I think we need to have a chat with this Kalen fella. See if he knows
Mm-hmm.
more than see what's going on.
So
When
is its first name Just, or is it just Kalen?
That's all he told me. He just was in there still when I left, so I don't know where he is. He might still be there.
Right.
I can.
Where she's pointing, is it like towards the city hall, or is it like
Yes,
past the city
it
hall?
is.
Yeah.
Towards the city hall.
Yeah, we'd probably get to take us to the place that she was running
Yeah,
from.
yeah, that's
Mhm.
what I was thinking. And can you show me? Do you feel alright showing me? Protect you.
I think so. Yeah. Okay. And she begins to lead all of you towards the middle city hall.
So now we move towards City Hall or from it.
You are this big building in the middle. This is the city hall.
Okay.
Or the middle city hall, I should say. So she sort of leads you around and heads over to sort of the top right of this map. This sort of weird area that's sort of secluded.
Alright.
And she sort of like stands back. Some people so big on this map. She sort of stands back and says, "It was in there."
In there?
Well, she's. Can you go first?
Oh. Yeah.
Slab, maybe you could stay out here
Hmm.
and keep her safe.
Yeah.
He's keen
Keeping
out.
watch.
You got it.
I go in to whatever building she's telling me to go
Well,
into.
she's sort of in like this sort of cul-de-sac area, like middle area.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, so she's sort of like sometimes like holding the back of your gi and like moves around. And, like, oh, you've washed it.
Yeah. I'm also wearing aftershave as well.
Yeah. So she.
You're welcome.
She points like this sort of area. There's like a door. It's not on this map, but like there. And it was through there.
Alright. Stay here, stay with Slab. I'll and I look to everyone. Are you guys ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
hmm
It's just like a closed door.
Yeah, I kick the door open.
Oh my god, okay.
Can
I
you make
was
me a
going to go for something subtle, but sure.
Can you make me a strength check,
Again,
or I guess an unarmed strike for you.
brain
Yeah.
cells.
You can make it an
Yeah.
unarmed strike. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, no.
that's better. So you give the door one like swift kick in the middle,
Yeah.
and you watch as it cracks from the center, and you can very easily like look inside. Who's the highest? I'll say
I love the highest
Archeron.
perception.
Yeah, What's everyone's Arcana?
Mine is +2.
+3.
-1.
Okay,
Archeron has +8, I think it was.
it's a high number, isn't it?
Yeah, he rolled it.
8, yeah. So we'll say just you, Archeron, as you're like sort of standing behind them. Oh, are you here? I don't know. I assume.
Do we need this map, or are we going to be?
No, you're gonna move to it, but
Okay,
I
mean,
it just helps me
I
know.
wouldn't be rushing in. I'll be honest.
Yeah, but like if you're in the
I
area,
realised I was on mute. I was like saying, I did ask, have we incited this girl? Because I had to go sort the dog out. So,
no, someone we can check.
mine is terrible. It's like 2.
I've got a +0.
21.
I'm 21. She's not lying. You don't send any lies.
Okay.
I trust her anyway. I text her. I trust people I text her.
Wow. So
Jeez.
as Sidon kicks this door and it breaks, you, Archeron, get the faint, like a dampening of an arcane thing, like something just got dispelled or broken by that kick.
And any with that,
Not with-
I know what to look for, like runes or anything on the door.
Can you make me an arc? It's a very high DC now. It's broken, but you can make me an arcana check.
Sorry.
21. I'll give you the school. You get the sense it was conjuration.
On some conjuration magic on the door.
Yes. Hold on.
Okay.
I believe I'm right. I have that written.
No,
in my
I'm
notes.
not questioning. I'm just wondering what it.
No, I know. I said it like second guess myself.
And you need
It is concentration,
to
yes.
emphasize the word.
Would I putting it like that? Would I assume there was perhaps some kind of trap then?
You assumed there was
That's
some.
what I'm assuming.
Yeah, assumed there was something on the door. With being broken, you can't get any more. But so you hit open this door, and as it's the wood splinters, you see. Hold on, where is it? Where is it? Yeah. So you can see that as the door opens, you see inside is like a dirty, clearly abandoned home with like cobwebs hanging from the wall, and you get this immediate smell of like damp and decay from the inside.
I would say so. Archeron's like been like a little bit quiet on the walk here. As he kicks that door, he kind of glances at it and I don't know, sees some kind of like fading rune, whatever he's seen that kind of has given him this indication of the breaking of the spell. And he would say, "Be careful. There's a well, I don't know how powerful, but there's a spellcaster in here."
Right. Could be the guy we're looking for, the guy who helped Dahlia.
Can I cast
Can I-
detect magic in this room?
Yeah, you cast detect magic. You don't get anything except the same faint bit of conjuration from the door that's just being dispelled. Oh, sorry, just been like broken.
Destroyed.
Yeah.
Cool. Just checking there's nothing else. We're not walking into a trap.
So
Can you read out to me? Oh, I can look it up. Detect magic.
Things you can see. It doesn't detect invisibility.
no.
Doesn't
Just-
But you sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of you.
But
Okay, so
And you know the school, I think.
yeah, you know, school of magic, if any. What's that give you? So you get the faint sense of general magic, no school, beneath you.
She's just gonna put a finger to her lips and then point down.
the
As
floor, presumably.
Yeah.
as you like do that,
Inside, guys, don't fart.
as you do that, Sidon, you hear. Oh, sorry, sorry, yeah. I'm right. I'm just trying to find it in my notes. You hear the faint sound of the very familiar sound to you of fighting below you, like steel on steel,
Yeah.
like the grunting of people fighting.
I go through the door and I enter the room and just see if there's any stairs. I just sort of.
You don't see any stairs. Don't see any stairs going down. Sorry.
There's
Is there
stairs
any
going up.
hatches?
You don't see any
Hatches.
hatches. What's everyone's passive investigation?
Mine is 14.
11.
So with
Oh,
a
sorry, 30.
13.
Yeah, 1/4.
So with a wait, what did you say, James?
16.
16. Okay, yeah, you definitely see it. There is a faint bit of light coming from like a crack in the wood floor. From underneath.
I'd point that out.
Want me to smash it open?
No,
You want to find another way?
quietly.
Who's got small eyes to see through it? Well, who has eyes that can see through the crack? You look like you look at a lot of cracks.
Porridge to
I wanna.
look through.
No, not porridge. You might get hurt.
Maeve's just gonna like walk over to this thing and like look through the crack.
Can you make me a perception check?
I can. It's not gonna be good. 11.
11. You can't make out too much. You see like a low lit room, like a hallway with like figures. You can't make out what, but like people, like figures moving.
So can I like have a look more at this like crack in the floor? Is it like a hatch that can lift up?
No, it's like
Is it-
a bit of the wood is like bowing or something, so you can like see like a slight bit of like it's not perfect floor.
So there's no way to get under this house.
Not that you can
Yeah,
see.
can we follow the light source, see if it leads to anywhere that
The
could
light
go
source
down?
is clearly right beneath you. The light
Maeve's gonna
source,
head back
like you
outside
can
and
see the light on the ground, sort of
Can
like.
I
what's
do
the- I
an-
can't think of the word.
Investigation check to like check for anything like traps, stairs, anything that
Mhm.
could lead us down.
But with Artron's passive, there is, from what he can say, nothing like that.
Maeve's gonna go back outside and look for a wine cellar sort of hatch kind of thing.
I'm not gonna make you roll because you don't find anything.
Oh.
I turn to you all and say, I don't think we have time for this. Screw it. And I'm gonna punch down and just break the floor.
Okay. Can you make me a attack roll?
I'm just gonna like put the finger
9.
to my forehead and like fucking
9. Okay.
punch.
So you guys
You
have Misty stat? Oh my god.
change your wizard. You hurt your hand. You sort of hit the floor. You see like you hear like for a brief instant like all the fighting stop down, and then they just keep fighting. As
Can I
yeah, you don't.
grab the floorboard instead and try and just rip it off and
You make me
do like
an
a strength
athletics
check
or a strength check?
athletics
Yeah.
check. Which one? Athletics or
Like
strength?
athletics.
10! God damn it!
So you keep trying, and it's getting there, but it's just too little.
Can I like grab Sidon and like trying to calm fucking down?
Go ahead if you want to try.
So what do I do then?
I mean, that's up to. It's an RP moment. It's what you do.
Yeah, so I'm like, you know when you like put your arms under the other person's arms and
Yeah,
then,
like holding
put
it back.
your
Like,
hands on the back of their head.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing, and just say, Sidon, fucking calm down. They're not gonna go anywhere.
In this
yeah,
room,
but there's a person down there who helped Dahlia, and if we don't help him, he could die.
Yeah, we're going
Whoever is
to,
down
but
there hurt Dahlia.
you making a fuck ton of noise also isn't gonna help anyone. We just
In
need
this-
to find
Well,
a
if
way
I can
down there,
get
but
down-
not fucking punching stuff.
It's all I've got!
in this room, is there a fireplace?
You see a fireplace in like the other room.
Is there like pokers?
Yeah.
Maeve's gonna grab one of the pokers, wedge it under the floorboard, and try and like pop the floorboard.
Okay, can you make me a? It's gonna have to be strength with advantage.
Saving throw? Yeah.
Just a strength check.
Wait, I
Natural
don't.
20.
Oh
It's just-
yeah.
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 9. Remember, you have hero points. But you do also have your Pact of the Talisman. You can add a D something.
Or I can borrowed knowledge and.
Well, no, you have to do that beforehand. But
Okay.
either your Pact of the Talisman, I think it's a D6 or a D4. I don't remember off the top of my head. It should be near the bottom of your thing.
Let me check. A D4.
You can use it if you'd like. 2. With a 14, like, it takes you a little bit of time, but clearly Sidon weakened it somehow. Well,
I'm not trying to make noise. I'm trying to like pop the floorboard up,
yeah.
so like pull the screws out almost.
Well, it's 20 screws, but like you do it as quietly as possible,
Right,
and there's going to be some noise no matter what. But you sort of very quietly, sort of Sidon doing like the beginning bit of it. You sort of lift up with like some leverage, and it cracks a bit. Like it's still a bit loud. Like someone would hear it, but it's quieter than.
Well, I was
And
doing.
then Sidon
How big are
going
these floorboards,
fucking ham.
by the way?
Not
Yeah,
that
Have I
like,
big.
just
we
made a
have to
tiny
move,
hole in the floor?
I mean,
Yeah,
like
can we see
like,
down it now? Or?
you can see down it. And
I don't think we could fit, could we?
I'll show you the map.
Oh.
You see a sort of a long, low-lit hallway with sort of pools of blood staining the floor, as well as 3 partially disintegrating corpses, breaking down very much like the one you killed earlier and the one in the theatre. To the far end. So to one side of you is like a dead end with like a few doors, and to the other end, the far end of the room from where you are. So the gap you're in is like there, sort of near the middle, but like towards the back. And then to the front of this map, you see a man, it's about 5'11", dark, long dark blue hair, sort of peach-colored skin. It's currently turned to you, so you can't see facial features. But you see he's got like a blue shirt that's stained in blood. I see him like push a hand forward and like swipe it as he like almost attempts to bisect this creature in front of him with like a razor thin rapier. You guys doing anything?
Can we can't fit down these floorboards, can we?
You'd have to break one,
we'd have to
maybe
break
2
one.
more. Yeah.
Can we see how damaged is that last creature?
The one next to him is very hurt.
Maeve's trying to pry another floorboard.
I will.
Oh, you have advantage because you've been like using a thing rather than punching it.
Well, I was gonna.
10.
You get in there.
I was gonna.
Can
say
I
that
help
was gonna,
use my sword?
Yeah, I mean it's very easy if you guys want to break these floorboards.
Yeah, I'm
Apparently
just gonna,
not.
I'm gonna just pop 2 key points. I'm gonna pop 2 key points and go into Astral Arms and just.
Okay. Just make like 2 attack rolls.
Well, I was thinking the Astral Arm sort of like the wolf sort of aura explosion was gonna just smash into the
Yeah, you know what? Fair enough. You do
into the
your
floorboard.
big thing, and you
Yep.
watch the floorboards sort of begin to crack as you focus that energy down, and the drop's about 10 foot. So you
Yep.
10 like just over 10 foot.
6 damage.
Yeah, it's gone. Sort of like 10 to 15 foot drop, so it might hurt you slightly, but you can drop down
Yep.
if you want to.
Yep.
But yeah, so you're
I think I was
sort of
Snowfall.
tracks like there,
Oh, no,
and I
no,
don't
yeah.
think not at this level.
Not that.
So it's like the middle, sort of between those 2 bodies.
How far down is it? If I jump down, am I
About
going
10
take...
to 15 foot, so you have to make acrobatics check, everyone, if you want to jump down, and attempt not to hurt. 17 you
Acrobat.
find, Sidon?
17.
Yeah.
Mhm.
13 you find, 22 you find. Artron, are you going down?
Not at the moment.
So all of you jump down and do like pretty graceful landings. And you see
Like a pose, like
yeah, literally
Superhero
landings. Yeah. So you see the thing in front of this guy looks very hurt. But sort of as you drop down, you see bursting from 2 doors behind you are 2 more of these creatures that don't look hurt at all, sort of rushing towards you all. So I'm gonna need all of you guys to roll initiative, please.
Oh, fuck.
Come on, man!
Oh,
no!
Oh.
Hello.
Hello.
There we go.
At least I already have my fucking alarms out, so I don't have to waste a whip section. Woohoo! It's not a waste of a bench section. It's still powerful.
Why's that not?
There you go.
we
I
all
was gonna
rolled awfully.
myself out.
Yeah, apart from drag.
I've moved myself off the map now. That was incredible.
It's like
I can see. There you
5,
go.
4, 8,
Yeah, it's
4.
perfect. I'm looking down at this.
So whose dex is higher, Drax, or Artron's, or Mavs? I think it's Mavs.
Maves is 16.
Miles now.
So yeah, going first as these creatures begin to attack is Drac. What are you doing?
So I see these guys coming out, right?
Mhm.
So I'm gonna, since I already pulled my sword, I'm just gonna like pop, what's it called, the Crimson Right.
Crimson Right, yeah.
Where is it?
I think it's the lightning one. So you take 3 points of damage yourself.
Like that, and then I'm gonna move over and hit this thing.
Go for it. Put them on the map properly.
It's this one,
23 hits.
and then it's this. So 8 plus 2 lightning.
Nice. 2 points of lightning damage as you sort of run forward and slash down at this guy, sort of cleaving the middle. Is that your turn?
I did bonus action, so yes, it is.
Cool. It's the creature's turns now. So this first one, just very easily, is going to, as you sort of slash it, it's going to run forward and try and hit you with its claw. Drag. Misses immensely. This second one's also going to rush towards you and try and attack you. 18.
That's it.
So you take, wow, max damage, 10 points of slashing
Jesus.
damage.
Ooh.
As you're like, it goes from like the side of your face down to like your shoulder as like this massive claw attack. And then up here, the person fighting is currently. Oh, I'll put the image. I forgot to put the image of him. I didn't have time to do it, so yeah. It's in the voice channel.
Why does it have to be hot?
He is currently
He's
grappled. He's currently grappled by this creature. So what's going to do is going to put its claws, put its like teeth around, try and bite him. That one. This guy is fine. He like as it's being grappled, he like uses the sword, like puts it up to like block between, as it's sort of like just biting the blade. And going into his turn, he is going to. He is going to sort of grab this creature with his free hand and sort of hit like the neck shoulder area and move the sword, like the rapier down and try and stab it through the chest. 18 hits. 1 second. It takes 10 points of. That's not. Yeah. Double check something. Yeah. So it takes a bit of damage, but even as this guy's strike is good, it doesn't take as much damage as it should. As he sort of looks around, and now you see like the blue eyes, sort of like the soft features, and this guy's like covered in blood and cuts. It'll look at you like not scared, but like exhausted, essentially.
Yeah.
Silence, your turn.
I look over at that guy, and I'm just like, sort of give a nod, but I also look at Drac, who I actually do know, and he's surrounded by two of them. Yeah. So I weigh up my options, and I just sort of run down to these two within 5 feet, and I will punch the one within 5 feet, which is the one right directly in front of me, with astral arms.
Go for it.
14?
14 just hits. for 8
So
force damage.
8
Nice.
force. And then I will. Let me just make sure this is right. Yeah. I will just use my bonus action, Periphalon punch. I won't spend a key point. I'll just use the regular martial arts.
Mhm.
That makes sense.
Yep.
So, just
19
19?
hits.
a 5 on that one. So,
Nice.
with the force punches.
Very, very nice. Maeve, it's your turn.
So anyway, I started blasting. I am gonna Eldritch Blast this guy.
Go for it.
And probably with it.
10 misses.
Shit.
As sort of these two are sort of like wrestling with this guy trying to bite him, he sort of like forces like him to move, and that causes it to miss. Anything as bonus action?
Let me check. I don't think I can do anything. No, I'm not about to.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I can't do anything.
Moving anywhere?
Probably get closer. Like those two seem like they've got it handled, so she'd move closer. There.
Okay. So Archeron, from above, what are you doing?
Seeing these pair have got it handled, Archer's going to cast an eye around where I am now. There's no one like sneaking up behind me, anything like that, is there?
Don't see any people in the room you're in.
Don't see any people in the room with cool beans. With that in mind, then I'm going to point at the creatures that are that Maeve just whiffed on. The creature that Maeve just whiffed on, and I'm going to whisper Hemicrania, and I need it to make an intelligence saving throw.
Intelligence save. 7.
It takes 2 points of psychic damage, and it needs to subtract a D4 from its next saving throw.
Okay.
It gets a whittle migraine.
Anything else?
No, I'm not getting down there.
Okay. Jack, it's your turn.
Yeah. As a bonus action, I'm gonna dislocate my arm.
Jesus.
So again, you hear this cracking, popping sound, and then you just see a bone sticking out of his hand, and it's really sharp and really pointy.
And Archeron, this is the first time you're saying this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
So it's like.
are you in that same bonus action? Are you activating the right, or are you leaving it?
I'm activating the Crimson Light on this one too. So let's see. I take 1 damage.
Nice.
Fuck
That's
yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Like that, and then I'm gonna try to attack with this one.
Go for it.
18.
18 hits.
Nice. So 12, and then the Crimson Right does 4 damage.
Nice!
This thing goes from okay to almost dead in a single hit as you sort of create the bone sword and slash forward where its heart would be and twist it, and that lightning energy pulses through its body. You see that like the scars being made in real time as this thing is like gasping for whatever air it would breathe.
And since I used the bonus action, I can't,
you can't
do
do
anything
weapon.
else this turn. So
I mean, that was fucking
sure, like slashed.
Okay, it's their turns. So first one will go against Dra. 9 misses.
Yes,
Second
miss.
one will go against Sidon. 15.
Misses.
15 misses.
17 aces.
Yeah. And then the third one will go against the guy going for another bite. 7 misses.
Oh, wow.
Good turn. And then you see this guy sort of look to Maeve, who's just next to him, and says, "Thanks for the help." And he sort of like pushes it back again and attempts to go for a strike on it. As a bonus action, because I've got it last turn, he does that. 23 hits. And and he stabs this thing, and it does another 10 points of, I guess 5 because it's halved. But he slashed that one time, and then sort of seeing maybe sort of like interpose himself between them, and slashes up through this thing's chin and up into its skull, and like moves the blade down. And as he does, he wipes it on the side of his cloak, and that thing falls dead.
Nice.
Nice.
For enough of these things. That's not supposed. Fought enough of these things. And he's going to sort of begin to walk forward towards. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, begins to walk forward towards the other two. Sidon, it's your turn.
I will astral punch both of these guys. One with my action, and the other one with my bonus action.
Go for it.
So, this one here with action.
14.
14.
Hits.
It's force.
Cool.
And this one with my bonus action.
Can't
23.
Wow,
you
save 2
actually
rolls.
reach that.
Oh no, 22. Yeah, he's got 10 feet with the arms.
And that one's
5.
force.
How do you want to kill that one?
Okay, so I sort of when that first one attacked me, and I sort of parried it, and then shot the astral fist into him, and then the other astral fist sort of wraps around and sort of blasts into the one 10 feet away, and it's just astral, like astral, and just sort of, and it just hooked around and just smashes into him.
Very nice. This thing's brain gets smushed against the wall as it falls dead. Maeve, I assume that's your turn.
Yeah.
Maeve, it's back to you.
Just gonna move forward and start blasting, and hope that this time I actually hit. No.
Oh, damn.
Oh,
Oh no. Anything else?
Nope.
Artron.
She looks majorly disappointed in herself. This is gonna hurt her ego
She
for
saw
a
her ghost
long
today.
time.
She saw her ghost today. She's not thinking straight. Artron, it's back to you.
How in this room are there any doors or way in there?
So there are not down there, but you see in the room that they're like the hallway there, and there are a few doors, but none that like link to where you are that you can see.
Are any of them open, or like do I have an indication of where they might lead to?
You see. Hold on, let me just draw a door quickly. You see a door here, like an open door there. You see one sort of further here. There's one at the far end of this room, like a bigger door, like not a double door, like a slightly bigger door. And then there is
this one and this one where the creature came from, right?
Yes, those two are where the creatures came from, and they say there's one here. It's closed.
Okay. For my turn then, obviously seeing what has just happened to Drac. Well, I say just happened. He did something horrible to his arm. So you said he dislocated it. I'm shocked, horrified, and appalled. Today is not a good day for your
Poor Archie.
wizard. So he is gonna see if he can figure out what the hell that was. He's gonna use his turn to make a because he saw the dislocation, and then presumably that like beefed up his sword. Yeah, so he's gonna make an.
Well, no, he made a sword out of his arm.
Yeah.
Oh right. Oh jeez.
It's like the bone comes out of his arm.
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, he's gonna do a check to see if he knows what the hell that is.
Make an Arcana check.
What the hell? 11. Ooh.
11. You don't know. It's not something you've seen. It's like it looks like maybe transmutation, but like that's all you can gauge. But transmutation is just breaking his own arm in this case. Yeah.
Yeah, that's his turn.
Cool. Drac, it's you.
Yeah,
Finish it.
Finish him.
yeah, I'm gonna try. So, yeah, slash at the arm with this. Yeah, at this guy.
Mhm.
Let's see.
12 misses.
And how does this two-weapon fight?
So you just make a
work?
bonus action attack with your offhand.
Yeah, so I can do that even if I miss.
Yes. The only thing is you don't add your just roll the attacks if you hit.
Yeah.
24 hits. So what weapon is that? Is that a scimitar?
No, short sword.
A short sword. So if you just roll a d6, because you don't add your bonus
But
onto
I
it.
have
Finishes.
that. What's it called? Dual
Yeah.
wielder.
Oh.
That's
Oh,
my
that might
bonus
change
feat.
it.
So I think I actually do.
I think you just add it. Yeah, go for it. Just yeah.
like
Yeah,
normal.
you're right. You're right.
So
Okay.
10 damage. And the crimson lightning damage is 1.
Okay. Is that your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's this guy's turn. He is going to. Oh wait, no. It should be the
Should
creature's turn.
be
Yes.
Creatures, yeah.
I'll make one attack on Archer. On Joe. 17
That hits.
for wow. I'm running so high on this damage.
Jesus.
Take 9 points of slashing damage. And as you take that hit, you see the guy who was attacking the first one walk up, sort of behind it, and he's gonna like put a hand on like the back of this thing's like shoulder and its head, and gonna like stab forward. Natural 20 because he has advantage.
Jesus.
This is gonna be scary.
Oh,
Fucking hell.
God.
That was 14, 28, 36 points of piercing damage.
And it was half, but it doesn't
it was
matter
half,
because
yeah, it
that's
doesn't
a
matter.
lot of damage.
So he like stabs forward, and Drac, you see like the end of this rapier like really close to your face.
Yeah, I'm gonna
as-
like try to move away a little against the wall and like, whoa.
As this guy just like stabs it and like twists it and hits it into the ground, and like moves the blade up as that thing disintegrates. You are all out of initiative, and this guy's just like breathing.
You, Kalen,
I am. Who is it to you?
you saved a friend of mine. Dahlia,
Oh yeah, I did.
dwarf woman.
Mhm.
What are you doing down here, and what were they trying to do with her down here?
Well,
Yeah, I would
this
like to know
is, from what I know, one of the safe houses for the Crimson Hand. Seems you stumbled
Oh,
upon something not so good.
I also have another question. How do we get down here normally? Because we punched through the ceiling. Well, I punched through the ceiling. Well, I actually used an explosive
He
power
sort
of
of
my
thinks for a second and sort of looks into this room, and in the room it's like a sort of a square chamber with a desk in the middle, and you see like a doorway on the other side. And he says, "Well, that should have a door in it. That's not there anymore.
That's not there anymore?
Nope.
Okay.
Oh, I think I know what I did.
What did you do?
I kicked open the door upstairs.
Oh,
Yeah,
And there was
like I
conjuration
said,
magic
Simon,
on it.
if you would have like calmed down, I could have opened it like a normal person. You didn't even check if it was locked or not.
I know, but I wanted to make sure this guy was alright.
Yeah,
Well,
Maeve's gonna walk over to this guy.
to the corpse.
No.
Oh,
the
the person.
guy.
Yeah.
Are you part of the Crimson Hand?
No, I'm not.
Then how do you
I'm-
know about this place?
Well, I'm the one who's in it, and I have been looking into them for a while,
You're an investigator?
of sorts.
while they
And-
talking to him, I'm gonna like Hey, Archie, where are you?
He's like at the top, looking out again, like just like deathly pale. He's gonna look at your arm where you ripped your bone out. Drax, is your arm okay?
Oh yeah, and you will see it like pops into place again, and then the bone just like go into his body again. Yeah, it's fine. Long story, I can tell you about it later. Do you need help coming down?
I think I'm okay up here if it's all the same.
Yeah, just be careful, okay?
I'm not the one with the vampires in the room with me. I'm okay for the moment.
Can I check these bodies?
Yeah.
A, to see if they are dead, and B, to see if any of them have been bitten.
So I make a medicine check. Okay, so with 14.
I was going to roll one for each body, but I didn't know.
That's fine. They're just 14. So you look over these bodies and see that they don't have slash wounds. They have piercing wounds, like from a rapier. And they have they're wearing not like unified armor, but they're wearing sort of dark leathers or cloaks or something like that. Sort of looking around, sort of you like remove sort of the top of one, like look at the hands, and you do see on each of them they do have a mark of the Crimson Hand. So from what you gather, these are cultists. Checking their pockets, you just see like all manner of things. If you want to roll me, a D10 and a D4. So you find 5 silver and probably 4, a D4, yeah. Oh yeah, and 4 gold. And you see Kalen is looking at one of these bodies, like trying to find something.
I go up to him and just go, you have my thanks. Do you know what they were trying to do to Dahlia, the dwarf woman?
I don't know.
She said she woke up in like a prison cell or something.
Yeah, she mentioned it to me. I think, from what she said, that after whatever attack there was on the theatre, they were just snatching people.
What, just snatching people who were running out of the theatre?
I think so.
How many others were taken? Were there any more here?
Not that I saw, but I was in a cell too.
Oh. How did you get out?
Has it been 10 minutes since I cast my detect magic?
No.
Okay, so it's still up. So, is there any magic on these bodies?
No.
Okay, cool. Sorry, carry on.
It's fine. So what did you say, Pete?
How did you get out of your cell?
Well, one of the now dead thralls of whatever the fuck happened came into the room and unlocked the cell and went for her first, which gave me the jump on it.
Oh, so you were in the same cell?
Yep.
And
why were you
where
in the
was
cell?
that?
Archon calls down from the roof above.
They caught me trying to get in. I came in through the door that now doesn't exist.
Oh, right.
Sorry.
Is there anything?
And I look at Simon in
I was
disappointment.
in a panic.
What did you say, James?
Is there anything for me to tie a rope to so I can shimmy down?
Yeah, you could do that pretty easily. Yeah.
Okay. I tie the rope on, something quite secure, and then make a bit of a song and dance about coming down. Because it's very dignified. Looking at the bodies, this is what I tried to. I was on mute, so I tried to mention to. So the one that was outside that disappeared, did it completely vanish? In terms of like physicality, apart from the eye, were there any like clothes left?
Yeah, there were like some basic clothes I didn't describe because they were just like cloths.
So I'll take them, and also some of the ones that Drax and side and fighting. If there's any like cloth left from them, I'll take that.
Yeah.
Just like collecting the various cloths and clothes that of these vampires we encounter. Are there anything? Are these? Were they human? Were they elf? Were they dwarf? Something like that.
Well, obviously the vampire thralls disintegrate, so you can't see them. Because as they kill, they disintegrate very quickly.
Could I have seen? Oh, well, obviously, like putting.
They were. I mean, it's not. They vary.
Okay.
There's no specific.
What was this fellow's name? Sorry.
Kalen.
Kalen.
Calen. He's sort of like he's like leaning on a wall and like clutching his like side.
Just one thing. Before those bodies disappear, can I like pull out one of those sharp toothy things they have?
Can you make me a sleight of hand check retroactively?
Yeah. 7.
You try to do it, and like as you go to pull it out, you pull it, and just as it goes, it crumbles.
Oh fuck.
Can I check this door? See if it's locked.
The door's not locked.
Okay, I'm gonna open it.
The door opens into like a storeroom with barrels and things like that. Like barrels,
Anything
crates.
interesting?
Nothing on the surface. Just barrels, crates, things like that.
The big door locked.
That big door is locked.
Big.
In the barrel room, can I open the barrel and see what's inside of?
In the barrel, there was just like beer or like an alcohol. Like take your choice. Alcoholic beverage. There's nothing.
Detect magic on this door. Is there anything that's suggesting it's like the door that Sidon destroyed?
Nothing. It just looks like a locked, like an iron locked door.
Is this guy, because he was doing attacks that make me think that he might be a rogue? Is he a rogue?
He is.
And a scholar.
Caleb.
Yes.
What are you like with locked doors?
Well, just before, we need to make sure it's safe on the other side. So I was reading the spell Find Familiar, and I can summon it somewhere, but I don't need to see where I'm summoning it. It just needs to be in an empty space. I'm going to summon, disappear Porridge and reappearing behind the door with like seeing to his eyes, and then bring him back so we see what's in the room, and then bring him back out.
So as you focus and sort of bounce Porridge away and get close to the door and sort of take that breath and mutter your arcane words and bamf Porridge on the other side of the door, that's where we'll pick up next time.
Oh!
Oh.
I wanted to ask Kaelin if he knew Elijah.